Oh, hello everybody and welcome back to Sakura Angels. When we left off, we were told about the bloody, blood, what it is, yada yada yada, and yeah, they went Corypheus on my booty. I'm sure it wasn't easy for the pair of them to teach someone like me the basics of magic, someone who only just barely was aware of its existence at all. What? I'm not sure if I've got the steps down. Oh, we're being taught. But after hours of practicing, they assured me I've got it down. Okay. I won't be able to tell for sure until the real thing. That's what scares me. Oh god. What if they've misjudged what I'm really capable of? I'm starting to think that as well. They've grossly underestimated your abilities, my child. Or I mess up. Or there's a whole range of possibilities of things messing up on the day. Exactly. These are the thoughts that stay with me long after the girls return to their tent to catch whatever rest they can get before the morning. Ugh. But still, we're going to go to bed with a nice image in our mind. The last thoughts I have before I finally drift off to sleep is that the toughest day of my life is now lying ahead of me. Hello. I slowly come to my senses. Morning has arrived. There's no time to waste. Let's go stop Corypheus. I slip out of the covers and steel myself for what's to come, feeling more awake than I ever have in previous mornings. Which is surprising, seeing as I probably got, at best, a few hours of sleep. Guess the fear of what's to come if I mess up is what's keeping me going. A better motivation than any other. Indeed, my son. Okay, let's do this. I peer at a pair of determined eyes that stare back at me from the mirror. This is the most focused I've been in my life. It's funny how much has changed in these past few days. And it's even more weird how I seem to accept it. As if deep down I knew all of this to begin with. Dog's wash. I slip on my casual clothes and make for the dining room. Oh, right, okay. I find the two girls waiting for me as expected. We're going straight to the battle, fair enough. Though I'm caught a little off guard by the fact that they're in their battle outfits. Indeed, so am I, buddy. Good morning. Did you sleep well? About as well as I could, knowing what's to come. Make sure to eat well before we leave. You're going to need the strength. Right. Of course. Feckin' phone. I start for the kitchen and prepare the most simple food I can think of. So I think I forgot to ask this last night when we got carried away with other stuff. But where exactly is this dark queen imprisoned? Huh? Didn't we say? She's sealed just outside this town. What? What? I almost dropped the plate I'm holding. She's that close by? Of course. Why else do you think her influence is spreading around here so easily? Oh, she got me there. I didn't really think about any of that. That's a good point. Amateur. But to think that she's been this close the whole time. No wonder things have been getting progressively more crazy around here. She must be furious. Pissed even! To have the key to her freedom just out of grasp like this. To be fair, while we knew she was at least in the area, we didn't pinpoint her exact location until last night. Oh. Apparently she's in a forest on the outskirts of town, holed up in some cave out of sight. There's a lot of history around this place, I suppose. Maybe the forest used to be part of something greater. Her old base of operations, perhaps? None of that matters. We just have to get in there, strengthen the seal, and then our lives should be much easier. Are things really going to just magically fix themselves when we do this? Technically, yes. Well, it'll shut off whatever power she has on the land. Meaning the monsters will go back to being mindless husks and things should quiet down around here. And then we can finally go home after all this is sorted. I swear I'm going to snap if I have to spend one more day at that school. Ah, don't act like you're so desperate to leave. I know for a fact you've had fun spending time with Genta. Don't be ridiculous. I'm only doing my job. You can't fool me. Not when your face is such an adorable shade of red. Oh god, I love these two. Are we gonna leave now or what? Shaka giggles and jabs at her partner's ribs. I suppose it's good they can stay in such high spirits despite the task that lays before us. We set out. I let the girls lead the way as we take the lesser travelled routes through the town so as not to draw attention to their outfits. They offered to fly me there as it would be much faster, but... ha! No! Walking is fine. I'm sure things aren't that urgent. The fuck? Golden, what do you want, boy? I'm recording.
Shit!
Say hello!
Hi!
Hello!
What did I get into?
Sakura Angels.
Hi! Oh, fucking, okay. I'll leave it to wait.
Good day.
Oh,
enjoy the greatness.
Okay.
Enjoy the greatness, you
Yeah.
randy bastard.
Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Randy. That's it. I'm gone.
Okay, bye-bye. And that was Golden Voider, everyone. Hold on. Let's continue. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Okay, let's continue. So randy, son. Before long, our surroundings become less urban. The buildings shrinking in number the longer we travel until finally we cross over a fence and into the wilderness. Branches overhead shade us from the sun as we walk across the faint trail laid out across the ground. Only the faintest hints of light that filter through illuminate the way. I'm gonna call this episode a surprise visit from Golden, maybe? I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder if the girls even know the way. As we pass by a tree I swear I've seen at least 3 times before. How they all look the feckin' same. Well, we're lost in the forest. Maybe we should get down and dirty. Maybe we should have brought a map. There's a map. Well, that just confirms it. We're hopelessly lost. Any tension that might have existed before is sucked away the moment Sayaka begins to scratch her head and glances around the place. Can't you just fly up and scan the area? Really? We were clearly told the directions before. How can you forget them like that? Okay, you lead the way then. Fine. I forgot to. See, nobody is perfect, even if you'd like to think you are sometimes. I don't think I'm perfect. Compared to you, though, you're both perfect. Guys, is this really the time? But fine. You're right. Let's focus, Sayaka. And here I thought the sealing part of the operation would be the most difficult part. Sheesh. Oh, okay, the forest isn't that big, I think. If we stumble around some more, we're bound to find the cave. Hasn't stumbling around randomly only made us go around in circles? I fear the sun might set before we ever find this darn cave now. I know it won't help, but I join the pair in surveying the land. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking out for apart from... a cave? Something up? I squint to something in the distance. A cluster of boulders that had caught my attention. My eyes were practically drawn there like some kind of magnetic force was at work. Like Ampharos! I've never been here before, yet somehow it seems familiar. Can we check over there? Sure. We don't have any better leads right now anyway. Oh, we trek over to the oddly suspicious rock formation. I wonder, could this really be it? What made you want to look over here? Sayaka begins to poke around the boulders, a hand to her chin. Circling around the cluster reveals nothing too out of the ordinary, but there has to be more. I don't know. I just felt like something was here. They're just a bunch of stupid rocks. We're wasting time. We should at least investigate them a bit more if Kenta says there's something up. He's connected to the Dark Queen, remember? He's bound to know at least a few things relating to her, even if it's only on a subconscious level. Well, when you put it like that. She says that as she raps gently at one of the rocks with her knuckles, one eye closed to better examine it. Oh. This one seems kind of loose. Sayaka takes a grip of the rock amateur in question and begins to pull at it with all her might, her teeth gritting in determination. Some help would be much appreciated. Oh, right. Yeah. I should probably help. What can you do? It was almost amusing to see her feet wildly kicking in place with the rock, refusing to budge. I take up the other side of the rock and begin to push against it with what little strength I might possess. We still don't manage to move the rock. It doesn't budge. At all. Even with all our combined effort. And I really am trying here. It certainly does feel loose though. Apparently not loose enough. I think we could move it for sure if one last person were to... Oh, for crying out loud. We're going to get nowhere like this. Step back. Her sword appears in a flash. Hey, wait. We're still right beside it. Isn't it dangerous to just... She strikes out without any further warning, unleashing a single precise slash that splits the rock clean in two. Ah! Oof. We both fell backwards as the two pieces of the rock collapse opposite ways. I feel like my hair might be just a little shorter than it was. After how close that was. Hey, Carrie. See? Oh god, that kitten face. Problem solved. That's... She falls silent, unable to argue there. It did move the rock after all. We both hop to our feet to join in Hikari in peering over the results of her destruction as the dust begins to settle. I almost forget how to breathe in the excitement of it all. Could it really be it? We all gasp at once. I knew it! I'm not sure how, but somehow I knew it! Behind where the rocks lay is a tunnel that trails downwards, deep into the darkness. There is so very much to learn. There's no telling how far it might stretch, or if there's anything on the other end. But if someone went to such lengths to hide this tunnel from existence, then it has to lead somewhere, right? Why didn't they just place a barrier on the area, or transport it to another world, or space? I don't know. Is this really it? Sure feels like it. You can practically see all that darkness and evil flooding out of it. That's not really something you should be saying so happily. She's right, though. There's a foreboding sense of despair as I peer deep into the hole. A heavy tension in the air as if the sheer presence of what lurks down there seeks to consume us all. Once we go down there, this will be it. We'll finally put an end to this madness, and I might finally be able to get some peace after all this is done. Do I really have the strength to go through this? To reseal a long-forgotten evil that tormented? Well, time's a-wasting. In we go. Hey, wait. I was having an inner monologue. Shaka apparently doesn't have the decency to wait for me to battle my internal struggles and cuts things short as she plops down onto her knees and begins to shuffle into the hole. Its size just about big for us to fit if we crawl. She's right. We can't waste any more time. Go on, Kenta. Hikari falls off to Sayaka, looking somewhat more hesitant towards the whole thing compared to her partner. They disappear into the darkness completely, as if consumed by the tunnel. It's scary just how little light seems to shine down there. Quit goofing around out there, or you're going to be left behind. Hikari's harsh tone sounds out from the tunnel, making it all the more frightening. Okay, I'm going. It's not like the world is going to end just because I take an extra minute or two to prepare for diving into the heart of evil. At least I hope it isn't. I drop to my knees and shuffle into the tunnel, my world quickly becoming dark as all traces of light begin to fade. I can just about make out the scuffling sounds of the other two crawling along ahead of me. Their presence, the one thing keeping me calm during all this. My surroundings are dark, cold, slimy to the touch. So far it has been a very pleasant experience. It hasn't. You know, something up? This wasn't what I had in mind when I pictured myself being a hero. Crawling along in a cramped dark tunnel. Somehow I thought things were going to be more dramatic. Shaka lets out a giggle as she shoulders on ahead. Soldiers. I'm sure we'll have plenty of dramatic moments ahead. We just gotta get through the less dramatic moments. And hey, this isn't so bad. At the very least, we're not having to fight through swarms of shadows to reach her. True. It's not the most glamorous way of going about things, but at least we get to save some strength for when it counts. She brings up a good point. However, but what if there are monsters inside this tunnel? We can't really do much if we're practically blind. Damn it, Shay. Don't say that. I hadn't even thought of such a thing. Oh, wow, you're right. We'd be completely defenseless. Sayaka! They would completely massacre us. Since I can't use my bow in here and Hikari certainly wouldn't be able to use her sword, I wonder what kind of shadows would be able to fit through this tunnel. Oh, maybe something with tentacles, since I know they love you, Hikari. Shut up. You're just being mean now. Maybe I should have kept my thoughts to myself. Shaka's having way too much fun with this. Or maybe, how about... Huh? Something touched me. Hikari shrieks, almost bursting my eardrums in the process. Oh, wait. Was it you, Kenta? I knew it. I should have went in last. Me? Of course not. I'm way back over here. What sort of guy do you think I am? Do you really want me to answer that? After what you've done these past few days? Not his fault. Those were accidents. Well, maybe this was another one of your accidents, Grabbing at a girl while she's completely helpless? Come on, I'm nowhere near you. Maybe it's just your imagination. I can just about hear Sayaka stifle a giggle as we continue to argue. Fine. If it wasn't you, then who was it? It couldn't have been Sayaka since she's ahead of me. Maybe it was a big slimy tentacle coming to say hello. She says it with an almost sing-song manner. Okay, yeah, I see what's happening now. I'm hoping Kari will realise soon too. It couldn't possibly... Yeah! There it is again! Okay, seriously, what is... This bizarre series of events continues for longer than I feel is necessary, until finally I feel I have to speak up, or we might be stuck in this tunnel all day. Oh, come on, Sayaka, that's enough. You had your fun. We need to focus, okay? What? Sayaka? But you couldn't possibly... Confirming my suspicions, Sayaka let out another one of her devious laughs. Okay. I couldn't resist. She's just too easy to mess with. Hikari takes a deep breath. Uh-oh. I'm going to kill you, Sayaka. You'll have to catch me first. I hear the pair of them shuffle ahead at an accelerated pace. Sayaka's... Oh, God. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Sayaka's maniac laughter trailing into the distance. I suppose it's good they can keep in such high spirits despite the task that lies ahead of us. I really don't appreciate them just leaving me behind like this, however. I contemplate continuing on at my own pace. Sure, I'll catch up to them eventually, but I feel something slimy lap at my hand, forcing me to break into some sort of bizarre sprint crawl. I don't know if there really are things lurking around in this tunnel, but I certainly don't want to stick around to find out. I eventually managed to catch up to the pair. Catch up to them. The pair seeming to have calmed down somewhat. I'm not sure just how long we've been trekking through the tunnel, but it feels like it's been an eternity. There wasn't even any guarantee that this would lead us to where we wanted to go, and we went with blind faith, going off of my instincts alone. So if this turns out to be a massive waste of time, it's going to have been my fault. And so far we haven't found anything to suggest we're on the right path. I feel despair begin to set in. What if we end up running into a dead end? Or worse, get stuck somehow? What if... Oh, hey! I think I see something up ahead. About time. Shiaka's cheerful voice snaps me out of dark unnecessary thoughts. I guess I really should trust my own instincts a little more sometimes. True to her word, I can begin to see light seep into the tunnel as we inch ever closer to our goal. Just a little more and... I drag myself out into a much longer opening. Shiaka and Hikari already on their feet as they take the time to stretch. Phew! That was quite a journey. How's everybody holding up? I'm fine. I would be better if someone hadn't been messing around there. Hehehe. I was trying to keep the mood light. Bob. Wrong answer. Hikari raps her partner on the head. Idiot. Finally up off of the ground, I survey my surroundings. It looks like we've found our way into some kind of large chamber, and almost instantly my eyes are drawn to it. Right in the centre of the cave, glimmering in an unnatural light, a crystal. This is... I don't even need to be told what it is. I already know. It's her. The one behind all this madness. The supposed Dark Queen. Even just looking at the crystal is enough to make my head spin and friend tear open. I feel like I'm going to be sick. My mind is set aflame with a raging cry. Her cry. A cry of sheer burning hatred. There are no words to pick up on, just an incoherent garble of screaming and curses. This is it. We've finally reached her. I can stop this once and for all. After this is over, I can go back to living my carefree life. She's the last obstacle. I can do this. I murmured to myself and tightened my fists in an effort to still the trembling. It's funny how crazy things have turned out these past few days. Oh. To think those headaches would have led to all this. All those weird dreams. I've never dedicated myself to anything before. I've never been one to put in anything more than the minimum amount of effort required of me in life. Yet here I am, risking my life, and possibly the entire world, for something I'm not even entirely sure I can pull off. I don't know what's gotten into me recently. Those girls really are a bad influence on me, making me do such crazy things. I heave in an unsteady breath. Oh God. I can just about keep myself standing in the face of pure evil. Can we see her? I want to see her instead of this crystal. It's okay. I can do this. Let me see her face. I just need to keep telling myself that. I can do this. I can do this? Oh God, what's wrong? It's Yuzuki here. The doubts are beginning to set in. How can I do this? I'm not a mage. I don't know any magic. I'm not even sure if I remembered what they told me correctly. Someone sets their hand on my shoulders, rousing me from my thoughts. Kenta? It's Shiaka. Her face is brimming with the usual optimism I've come to expect from her, even in the face of evil. Don't worry, we can do this, together. A second hand lands on my free shoulder. We're gonna get smack talked, more awkwardly than the previous. Look at that face. Yeah, what she said. It's Hikari, of course. Even behind the tinge of red that paints her face, I can see her limitless determination shine through. You've got nothing to fear with us at your side. Yeah. I nod, their words calming me. You're right. We've come this far. It's just a little bit more and then it's all over. It's all over. No, it's not over, rather. Thanks, guys, for everything. I wouldn't even be standing here today if it weren't for you two. Oh, you both are both big time. Well, I think we can discuss an appropriate reward once this is all over. Oh! Reward? Hikari falls silent at the prospect. Suspiciously so. Gosh, Hikari, what sort of reward did you have in mind? Your face is going all sorts of interesting colours. Nothing. Oh, absolutely nothing. Kenta's thanks are all we need. We're just doing our job after all. Smooth. She jabs at Hikari's side with a teasing look. Oh, God. It's probably better I don't ask. I want to know, though. Right then. Let's get to it. Got it. I think I remember everything for this resealing. You'll be fine. But if on the off chance you goof things up, we'll help you through it, okay? That makes me feel a bit better. Indeed so. But I have to make sure I get it right on the first try. I can't be a burden. Not now. We carefully make our way to the center of the cave, where my worst nightmares lie. The cave seems empty. I think it's good to be true, however. There's no way it could be this easy. Step after step, we edge closer. Shaka and Hikari keep to my side, weapons at the ready. What does she look like? Who knows what could be lurking behind the rocks in this place? We pretty much stumbled right into their lair. I'm surprised these shadows things aren't completely swarming us, indeed. Ha! You really are more stupid than I thought. A familiar voice floats in. Yuzuki, of course. Why wouldn't she be here? Yuzuki. Oh, good lord.